Why, hello. You're listening to Questober, a podcast where we make up random horror quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop. Yeah, words are hard. This is proof that I don't record that ahead of time.
We're keeping this. Okay.
Just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
That's right. And since this is the last Questober episode for this year, I thought that I would tell a spooky tale.
Another one?
A one of maybe is like flopping your intro.
Ah, yeah. Flopping.
Flopping. Yeah, same. No, this is an actual creepy horror story for DMs.
Ooh.
One where you prep for a suspenseful session and then your players roll really well. And then the mechanic you come up with, they got really lucky on. And so then it wasn't suspenseful and you kind of feel like a crap DM afterwards. That's right. On our Monster of the Week campaign, I came up with a suspenseful thing involving bingo. And then the players rolled really well and they killed the monster real quick without feeling like they're going to die.
It was bingo.
I said that, yeah.
I know.
So I came up.
It was still creepy.
I forgot what episode I did. You might have to sift through a bunch of our episodes.
Oh, no.
It was like 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay, that gives me at least a range.
Where I brought up, you could find inspiration everywhere.
Yes.
I remember talking about that.
I do too.
And one of them was I talked about a bingo thing.
Mm-hmm.
This was the session that I planned a bingo thing.
Yep. I knew it was coming.
In which it was an idea I had where, what if I get the players into like the community center kind of thing and they were having bingo night.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, everyone picks a column, row, or diagonal. And then I will start drawing bingo balls. And if if you get your bingo in your row,
mm-hmm.
you die automatically.
Yep.
There's no save. There's
You're
nothing.
Dead.
And I thought that'd be really suspenseful.
It was.
If things were landing on the random generated board I printed out.
Yeah. I think we each got like maybe 2.
The most someone got was 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, the problem is to be suspenseful, you have to have like that sense of doom.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to like skew it to the point where it's just like, I am going to kill you, because then I feel like that's unfair if I skewed it.
Right.
And I'm more of an honest, let's see how things lie.
Yeah. Let the RNG.
If the RNG is going to kill you, that's the universe, not me.
Right.
It makes me feel better, or it helps me sleep at night.
Yeah.
Knowing that the universe decided to screw you over, not me rigging it so that it'll be quote unquote more suspenseful.
Except the universe decided to rig it so it was less suspenseful and we won really quick.
Yeah, so I basically, in Monster of the Week, when you attack something or you attack your monster,
mm-hmm.
the monster does damage back.
Right.
And that's how I could, it's like a back and forth damage kind of thing. That's how the game works.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I set up of every time you attack, when damage will be sent back, it's instead a ball will be drawn.
Right.
And then you guys can die.
Yes.
And I thought that'd be a real cool, suspenseful, like race against the clock kind of thing.
That is always nice.
But again, luck was on your side. And so then I feel like it was a flop. That entire session was a flop.
It was a little bit too one-sided, but that was the dice doing that.
I even added health.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was like, okay, I give up. The universe was way too much.
You could have added like a second phase where 2 balls drop.
I did do that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was like the last chunk. That was the extended health that I added.
Gotcha.
Was, okay, you hit the point where I was going to originally stop. And then it was going so well that I was like, okay, phase 2, every attack is now drawing 2 numbers. And then you guys still quickly killed him or got through the health because of how well you guys rolled.
He should have made his like dying breath 5 rolls.
I think that would have been unfair, because if that actually would have killed someone, then I always imagine if I was a player and that happened to me,
Mhm.
how I would feel about how fair that would be. And like dying breath of 5 rolls is, I think, a little bit. I would consider that unfair. Of like that was the last ditch if it was in the middle of a fight.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Anyway, so yeah, that is the horror story.
Yeah.
Of my attempt at a suspenseful session.
Oh, and the thing we were fighting was just some dude in a stupid suit with a really annoying smile.
Oh, it was just based off a used car salesman stereotype.
Pretty much, yeah. He was the announcer of the bingo
host.
place. The host.
Yeah.
I knocked over the bingo wheel, but it kept going because magic.
Because that would be creepy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also.
It was funny too because I was like, I said that in the session, I thought of beforehand if someone tried to knock over that thing.
Right.
Because I knew someone was going to do that.
It was me.
And I'm like, it still draws numbers. Now that you do that, you can't hear what numbers calling out.
Yeah.
I also thought about, but I decided not to, where I had a invisible projector thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows on the wall of like the bingo card and all that stuff.
Right.
I thought about where it's like you could actually have one that's like the projector is hanging from the ceiling or something. Something you could actually take out. Yeah. And if you did, then I wouldn't show you the board at all.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would
suspense.
then I would behind the scenes been marking things.
Yeah.
And I decided in the very moment not to do that because I'm like, I think it's more suspenseful if you see the ticking clock.
Yeah, that's true.
That was back when I thought I didn't realize how much luck you had on your side.
Yeah, we did. I actually
because if it was like 3 or 4
right
on a row, then showing you would be more suspenseful.
Oh, it definitely would be, yeah.
But in the early stages where you're not getting that much or you're not a lot of them are hitting, then it lowers this suspense.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take.
Right. I actually did manage to use my fire powers a bunch in that fight.
Yeah, and then we forgot about the consequence about fire.
Yeah, apparently I light things on fire, so...
Which it could have actually altered the fight if we remembered in the moment.
But we know now.
Because I could have like set setbacks of things getting on fire and then you guys would be panicking about...
The fire.
The fire or innocent people dying and all that stuff.
Like our grandma who was just having fun playing bingo the whole time.
That's how it works in the show. It's a good excuse.
Yeah.
So that she's still, quote unquote, in danger, but not really in danger or hindering about what courage needs to do.
Yeah, just 100% oblivious to it.
Yes, and it's funny. While not being too comical, that makes it out of the moment of the scary part.
Right.
But yeah. I felt like it could have probably delayed some if I remembered the whole fire thing.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Next time, I'll light more stuff on fire. 100%.
Sure. We'll see how that goes.
Watch me never actually make a firepower roll again.
No, you probably will. I don't know.
I'll try. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Just light myself on fire.
Anyways, I guess that's scary story. Which was true.
It's like a DM horror story.
It is. And that's how I set it up. Now that we're done telling that scary story, let's make a scary story with our random quest.
Here we go.
Oh, God. First segment.
Uh-oh.
I woke up in a coffin this morning 6 feet underground. I barely managed to dig my way out. It tore off all my fingernails. I want to know who did this and why. Then I want to kill them myself.
Okay.
So, story of a vengeance. How do we make this scary?
Is he actually a vampire? Is he a vampire and doesn't realize it?
Is he a zombie and doesn't realize it? We already did a vampire and doesn't realize it.
We did?
Yes. It was the beginning of this year. I can't fully remember the name of that quest.
Well, time for me to go hunt for another episode. Okay. So not actually a vampire.
No.
Or is actually a vampire and is hiding it.
I feel like that's similar. Or is that close to You Got Mail, which is the guy who was a lich who was just a mail delivery serviceman that we said was going to tie everything together, but we never mentioned him again.
We did. We brought him into other episodes.
One.
Like one.
But we kind of stopped talking about him real quick.
Yeah, I already forgot his name.
Durian. Because it was play off of Durian Gray.
Dorian.
Dorian.
Yeah, Dorian Grayson. Durian is a really gross smelling fruit.
But apparently good.
I've never tried
Dorian.
it.
Yeah, it was play off of
Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it like, how do we make this scary for the party? Because this is hard because it's directed towards someone else, not them.
The scary moment is waking up 6 feet under in a coffin and have to dig your way out, not knowing if you're going to survive this or not.
Yes, but the players aren't experiencing that.
No, it was this guy.
Yes, and he made his way out.
He did. This is rough. We got to make it scary.
Yes.
What if he did die? He's not undead. He's just miraculously alive again. And there's some reason he's not dead, but seemed dead long enough for them to have their funeral and bury him.
What?
Yeah.
No, it seems complicated. What?
He basically died and was dead long enough for them to put him in a coffin and bury him. But then he got better.
He got better.
This actually happened in a show I watched called Misfits.
It sounds like you're pulling Romeo and Juliet.
Kind of, sort of. But it also happened in Misfits, and that's when that character found out that he was immortal.
Okay, hang on. Play off of that. He did die.
He did die.
Meaning he was buried alive by someone. And when he was trying to claw his way and lost his fingernails and all that stuff. Because if you take away the board of a coffin, there's 6 feet of dirt.
Loose
crushing.
dirt.
So what happens if basically that killed?
Oh, so he did die, but
he crawled
after
out
he was buried.
as a vengeful spirit.
Okay. So a ghost has posted this quest.
Thinking, well, it could have it's that scary story of like a spirit or something that acts like a human.
They don't realize they're dead.
Yes. Like they believe that they crawled out, even though their body didn't, but they're so like angry and vengeful and all that stuff. Where the whole fingernails, like even like the fingernails are bloodied and all that stuff because that's how they died at the moment they died. Talk to we don't have to have this as a post, but if we do, is like talk to the tavern owner or like, this could be modern day. Let's make this modern day because that's creepier.
Ooh, yes. Are we doing Call of Cthulhu?
Call of Cthulhu or Monster of the Week level, but
okay.
Talk to
or Knives in the Dark. That's another one that could be modern day.
But talk to the barkeeper, and then that's maybe the barkeeper wrote this.
Yeah.
That kind of like level of thing.
Maybe they come up to the bar and they're like, "Hey, I'd like to make a post on the board."
Yeah, I need someone to help me.
Right.
Looking for a job. And so then, what if once the players investigate and all that stuff, also that means that they don't have quote unquote healing powers, so that they realize it's a ghost.
Yeah.
And so that'd be better.
Right.
And
so yeah, this ghost has so much pent up rage that they have so much power.
It's a spirit of vengeance kind of thing.
That they're not fully corporeal, but not see through in the slightest. They just, like when they sit on a chair, yeah, they're sitting on the chair, but they're not touching the chair. They're just kind of floating there, but they don't realize that. They think they're sitting on a chair.
Yeah. Sure.
Or if they order a drink from the bar, they never drink it. Stuff like that. They just get so worked up that, they just don't touch the drink and things like that.
But what if, let's say, it's just the party now leaves that person to investigate, finding out who did this.
Right.
And then they could come back and tell them. What if, let's say, whatever story we come up with for why this guy got buried and all that stuff.
Right.
When confronting the person who buried him or her, this is where the vengeful spirit and all that stuff makes it spooky for the players, where maybe turns into a grotesque kind of like, okay, I've been playing Ghost of Yotei.
Okay.
In Japanese mythology, the oni or vengeful spirits, like that's the actual thing with them. What happens if like they turn into like an oni or like kind of like monstrous kind of demon spirit?
Okay.
And which then tries to brutally murder and all that stuff out of anger, vengefulness.
Right.
And then the party actually has to stop them. And so
has to stop more murders from happening.
Or what happens if they go in a blindfold rage,
Yeah.
in which then the party is in the danger zone and then they have to stop him.
Just starts attacking anyone and everyone.
This isn't like as atmospheric horror as like our previous ones this month, but
Not as much, but it could be a dark and stormy night.
that doesn't really make horror.
No, but it's usually the first line.
True. This is the basis of your knowledge about how to make horror.
Or you can start out as a beautiful sunny day.
This still is the basis of how you make horror in your eyes.
Yeah, I like the campy stuff. What can I say?
This is why I do a lot of the legwork in this month's special episodes.
No, you're better at it. 100%. I like this vengeful spirit idea. I think it really like lends to it. So you said the person wasn't dead when they were buried, but they died trying to climb out?
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's how you could get the whole busted fingernails and all that stuff.
Right.
That they experienced was them attempting to, but then obviously real world physics, dirt heavy, crush body easily.
Yes. Yes, it do.
Especially
and
6 feet of it and suffocate.
Mm-hmm.
But to them, the vengeful like persistence of the soul crawls out, but thinking that they actually crawled out.
Right. What would it look like if the party went to check out the grave that this person supposedly crawled out of?
Okay, like it'll be a slightly caved in grave. So I imagine it might have been like freshly buried.
Yes.
Not enough time for it to settle. So it would look like it'll just be a loose dirt.
Yeah.
But slightly caved in.
Right, because it went somewhere.
And so then it might look like, it was crawled out or freshly buried.
Right.
So then it would like somewhat solidify, but because you imagine if you crawled out like some loose dirt like that, somewhat loose dirt.
Yeah.
Then over time, that small hole that you crawled out of that you made will collapse on itself, and then eventually it'll be that. So then there won't be any evidence, and they won't see the body through.
His body is still down there.
Yeah, but still, it's buried under dirt.
Yeah.
So they're not going to see it.
No. So what it's going to look like, though, is a grave that hasn't been climbed out of.
No, but like I just argued, if you crawled through dirt like that,
okay, yeah,
and you do leave a hole, that hole is not going to stay like that forever. Like after some time, it will crash in itself.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
So
maybe it's rained since then.
Somewhat.
That'll actually help lead to it.
Yeah. So the party won't be any wiser.
Yeah.
So do you want to come with? Okay, let's come up with is it a man or a woman that's the vengeful spirit?
Well, the first name I saw that really jumped out at me is Ashton Watson.
Ashton is a guy's name?
Actually, I feel like that is gender neutral.
I'm just thinking Ashton Kutcher. That's all I think about.
Yeah.
So
I
think guy.
No, I can understand that. So, Ashton?
Okay. So, what did he do, or why would someone want to bury him?
Did he sleep with someone's wife?
I mean, okay, what about if, does someone play off of that? What happens if he's like, I think this is very overused, a mobster or gangster, mafia guy? Because if we're doing modern day, if we're doing 1920s kind of thing.
And if we're doing Knives in the Dark.
What time period is Knives in the Dark?
I think it's whenever you darn well please.
Okay. Well, if we do Call of Cthulhu, that's usually 1920s.
Yeah. Knives in the Dark can be too.
Like mafia boss, daughter's boyfriend is Ashton.
Ooh.
And he just so happened to got in a big fight with his girlfriend, or like was seen with another girl kind of thing, and then girlfriend's upset, talks to dad, and just
and dad's like, don't worry about it, we'll put him 6 feet under.
I wasn't going to attempt that, but you got it. Okay.
I was raised Italian.
And so then that happened, but then I don't know if that's like good enough reason for this much of level of vengeance.
Yeah, maybe he worked for the mob boss. He has done so much. He's been like kissing this guy's feet, like just trying to get on his good side and doing everything possible, and also happens to fall in love with his daughter and does one thing wrong. And this mob boss is just like, you're dust to me now. And so he is livid that he has dedicated his entire life to all of this, to just be taken out with the trash.
Okay, do we want to make this dark? Because I thought of a darker approach why someone would be like super vengeful.
Do it. Dark is good.
Okay. Ashton is not dating the mafia's boss's daughter.
Okay.
He's actually a captain in the police force
Oh.
who had a wife and kid.
Oh.
And they do that standard, home invasion.
Yep.
He no longer has a wife and kid, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And then buried him 6 feet under. Maybe like he arrested like someone high ranking and all that stuff. And then
probably he busted some.
Yeah. He did
thing.
a big bust that's like did a major hit on their financial situation.
Right. And you don't mess with their money.
And so then they had to
take care of him
and not let him go off lightly. So buried him alive. And then super pissed because like also took care of his wife and kid in front of him. You know, the usual sending a message.
Right.
And then that would fuel anyone for a vengeful spirit.
You want something a little bit worse?
You're going to go a little bit worse. You of all people.
When he wakes up in the coffin, he's not alone. His wife and kid are there with him, but no longer with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's extra dark.
Yeah. I can go dark and then sound happy about it, like some kind of psycho.
I mean, that is a horror trope,
yeah.
which is the, little kid doll kind of voice that's like super happy and cheery. And then,
that is. No, I just reminded myself of actually a scene in one of the Batman movies, I think. No, it wasn't Batman. It was... Okay, it was a movie where a villain snuck into Batman's Batcave and found his contingency plans for every Justice League member, and then used that to take down the entire Justice League. And then, since there was no plan for Batman himself, what they did was they knocked him out somehow, miraculously, and buried him in his parents' grave with his parents' skeleton. Then he had to dig his way out of that. I actually remember that scene. So, yeah, it was horrible.
Well, he is the embodiment of vengeance or the dark. So, but, okay. Do you want to come up with, it's just a generic mafia thing. If you, probably the DM who's running this, I don't know if we want to make this vague enough for them to incorporate into like anything that they already established. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of making our own.
Right.
This is me trying to come up with an excuse to not have to develop the whole mafia side thing.
You said the quiet part out loud.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we can totally leave it generic and stuff so anyone can easily slot it into their campaign. That's kind of what we do. We try to keep it as loose as possible so you can use it and do whatever you want with it.
But then we also argue it's like, oh yeah, you could change anything. We don't care.
Yeah. True.
If you just use this as a basis, you could change any aspect of it.
Yeah, these are really just more like guidelines anyway.
What's this, the code? Pirates of the Caribbean reference.
Check. But yeah, no, generic mafia, you can name your own mob boss. You can have a mob boss that already existed in your storyline. And this is just a side story about...
Or a way to introduce...
It was like...
It doesn't have to be the mob boss. It could be just a somewhat high middle management or higher ranking...
Someone who took care of
the organization and not like the head honcho so that you could introduce that kind of gang.
Right. And maybe even like before this, well, no, because that would kind of give it away. You could have like missing posters of insert Ashton here.
Yeah.
Like just missing
Also,
posters.
I just realized if we make this guy a captain, why would he be looking for random ne'er-do-wells instead of just going to the precinct?
Right? Yeah, he would go back to the precinct.
Actually, no, he realizes that there's a mole. Yeah.
Oh, there's a mole. Or I was thinking private investigator.
Well, usually in like Call of Cthulhu, one person is always the quote-unquote investigator. That's the noir style.
Oh, yeah.
So that will be players.
Maybe he did uncover the mole in the police force and can't go to them because he doesn't trust any of them now. So now he's trusting randos.
Yes, that's why you won't go. Okay, so we explain why you didn't go to fellow cops.
Finding that mole is why he got ousted. Well, not ousted, but
Oh, okay.
Moided.
But I thought it was because he busted a huge financial operation. That's why the
That is-
extreme that happened to him and his
Yes,
family.
that is one thing, but also outing the mole in the police force could also be a really big thing that they're like, oh, we can't let this get anywhere. You are now dead.
Or what happens if within that thing that he busted, he read some evidence that implies that there are one or two moles within the police force, and so he just couldn't trust them in general.
True, yeah.
And so,
And the reason they buried him alive is so they can truthfully say they did not kill him.
I don't think that's the thing that's going to help. I think that's more of a torture thing, because if they did with his wife and kid in there, I think that's more of a vengeful, like, I'm going to do some basically torture to you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's I have a clear conscience of I didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I don't think they care about that.
Well, no. They don't want a clear conscience. They want to beat a lie detector.
This is 1920s. There's no such thing as a lie detector.
Don't find that. I don't know when those things became a thing.
I'm pretty sure that's a recent technology.
All right, you're going to make me Google when lie detectors were a thing?
And then we'll end the episode, sure.
When were lie detectors invented?
I'm going to guess it was mid 80s.
Nothing is giving me a date. I don't want to know how they work. I want to know when they were made. 1935.
Really?
And that's just okay, no. That's showing someone testing an improved polygraph in 1935. When was it originally invented?
Oh, crap.
What?
The first, I don't like AI overview, but
I know, right?
the first modern lie detector or polygraph was invented in 1921.
It's a new thing.
But this has to be like so rare and all that stuff. It's not like police all across the country has this.
So yeah, maybe they don't care about the lie detectors yet because that's just some newfangled thing that only, the government has. Our little city doesn't have one of those. So we don't have to worry about it. We can lie all we want. See?
Okay. So we will do that then. If you put this in your mafia-driven kind of game, I don't know, real-world game.
Or fantasy. Fantasy mafia.
But then what I was worried about with fantasy is healing spells and all this and that, and like able to be aware of ghosts and all that stuff. That's what I'm worried about on that one. But if you put this in your campaign or find a way to improve upon it, let us know down in the comment section of this YouTube video on X at Questboard Pod or on Blue Sky Questboard. If, I don't know, Questober's over, but if you have a just regular job posting, if you want to sprinkle in some possible horror-based ones, we might still make them horror-based or we might turn them goofy because we do that on our regular stuff.
We can still do horror things outside of October.
Yeah, but most of the time we just make it into a switcheroo or a goof.
Because those are more fun.
And we do whatever we feel like in the moment. You can let us know on any of those platforms if you have any suggestion. If you are listening to this on the go, and want to see some visual gags, you could check us out on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube and want to listen to us on the go, then we're on most podcasting platforms. And I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.